Speaking of like languages with the parents and stuff, have you? I feel like everyone's been through this too. Like, have you guys ever been embarrassed by your parents?
Yeah,
right?
honestly, okay, that's
Because my dad couldn't speak English, and he still can't right now.
yeah.
And if I want him to like show up to my school events, my like teacher parent conferences and stuff like that, I'm like, just don't come.
Yeah, because you don't want to get like roasted by like, oh, this kid can't speak English and his family can't speak English. And you're just like, damn, like I think it comes from an insecurity, but also like I don't want anyone to talk about my parents like that. So it's like two reasons for that. Honestly, my family's loophole is okay, send his brothers.
Oh yeah.
But I don't know. Like, what about you?
I didn't want my dad to show up because he was too good at English.
Just start recording and talking on the mics.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, just casual. Yeah.
Everything's going. All
Wait.
right. Hey.
Huh?
Fuck HB.
Hey, I'm your co-host HB. Welcome to the Levity podcast.
I'm your host Taman,
I'm your co-host Philip Van.
and we have a special guest. Her name is Logan. You want to tell us a little bit about
Hi,
yourself,
Logan.
Hi. I mean, what do you guys want to know?
Well, so the one thing I've always I met her a little bit while ago, right?
Yeah.
And one thing I haven't been able to figure out is what kind of like Asian are you? What kind of knees are you?
Which knees?
Which knees?
Yeah.
I get this question a lot, and I always ask people to guess, so I'm going to have you guess.
So, okay, Indonesian.
That's Taiwanese. Yeah.
Yeah.
Vietnamese.
Philippines.
Philippines. But also like I could maybe you're a little mixed. Maybe a couple knees in there.
So I actually did take a DNA test, but I am Filipino. And
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Philippines.
And I'm Phil, so like that's why I knew. That's why I got that shit. I got the radar.
So full Filipino.
I mean, yeah, I was expecting there to be some sort of like mix because the Philippines was conquered by Spain and then the U.S. So I was thinking that there'd be more of like a Caucasian mixed with me.
I
but
think you can like pass for Asian.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
I honestly thought you
feel
were Asian as well.
Really?
Yeah, but then you didn't give me that. Yeah, I'm Asian like vibe.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well, she needs to like wear like Simply Southern and like come in here with
no,
like
no,
a
no,
polo
no.
or something like that.
Okay. No, I took a DNA test and I was expecting something different, but I'm like 85% Filipino with a little bit of Chinese, and then 10% Portuguese, Spanish, and then 10%
There's a lot of
like,
E's in there.
Mm.
There's a lot of E's in there.
and then
Yeah.
the 10%'s like sub-Saharan African, like.
But
Oh.
majority, you're 85% putangina something. Yeah. Am I right?
Wait, what's the food that the
Jollibee?
Philippines?
Are you talking about that?
No,
No, it's
don't they have like egg rolls?
Egg roll? Oh, the lumpia?
Lumpias, yo, those are they're so addicting.
Do you guys have a lot of Filipino friends or no?
I think
You're our first one, actually.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
actually
think so,
I
too.
went to prom with a Filipino girl.
Okay, psych.
Oh,
Never
really?
mind. You lied. So.
Well, they didn't know me back then.
No,
Okay.
Yeah, but
We're cool.
she was half Filipino, half German. So you would have to be the first. Can you sing? No, because
That's so random.
Everybody, that's like a stereotype.
Yeah.
Right? I
Oh, really?
don't think I can.
sunshine in the rain.
Okay.
No, you gotta sing.
When I'm in
You gotta
pain.
sing Lemonade, dog. Jeremy Passion.
Huh?
You gotta sing Jeremy Passion.
No, isn't
Lemonade.
that him? The one I just sang?
Oh yeah.
He's like the god of the Filipino
Yeah,
realm
super
of early
serious.
2000s YouTube.
He's Filipino?
Lemonade. He wrote
Dude,
Lemonade.
I did not know that. I didn't know she's looking. She's judging me right now.
I don't even know who that is.
Oh, you don't know?
No.
So you're like.
So she's not really
you're
Filipino
like 40%
then, dog.
Filipino.
Dude, I am I'm born here, raised here. I consider myself Americanized. Pretty much might as well be a banana.
So you've never been back to the motherland?
Oh no, I have like 10 or 12 times. I was
Whoa,
there.
that's a lot of
10 or 12 times.
I was there literally last July for like a month.
Can you speak
Oh,
Tagalog?
No,
Damn.
I know.
10 or 12 times. Though I feel like the Philippines is a pretty long flight, isn't it?
It's 16 hours
Oh my God.
to Korea, and then another like 6 to 8 hours
16
to.
Wait,
to
what?
Korea, and
And
then
then-
another 16?
No, another
Wait.
6 to 8.
Another 6
the
to 8.
Philippines, yeah.
That's a-
I mean, 6 to 8 is not short though.
no,
Like,
I know. Like
No.
that's. I mean, from Australia to here is like 24-hour flight. Oh man.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd be able to do that. That's insane. 10 or 12 times.
I was traveling ever since I was like 2 years old because my parents would always go back. So I only remember like 5 of the trips out of the 10 or
5 of the
12.
She said Korea. So did you like explore Korea?
No, I've
You
been.
just stopped by?
Yeah, I've been. I've been to only Incheon, like only the airport.
Okay, Incheon?
And
Yeah.
I really want to go to like
Explore.
Busan and Seoul and everything.
What
and
other places have you been to? If you've been to Philippines 10 or 12 times, I feel like you've been to other places too.
Yeah, I've like. Are we counting the United States or are we counting just international?
Both. Let's go down the list. Let's
Mr.
Okay.
305 worldwide.
I mean, he's a huge travel guy too, so
Yeah.
I'm curious. I'm curious who's traveled more.
So I actually played soccer. So I played travel soccer. I don't know if you consider that as.
I mean, shoot,
Like
you're going places.
Yeah, so pretty much like anything touching Georgia, and then a little bit above that. Also like New York, California, not many, Hawaii, and
I've always
then
wanted to go to Hawaii.
If you played travel soccer, I mean, like the kids who play travel soccer here, if you're playing travel, I mean, you're on a pretty decent level. Have you never thought about going to college for that?
so I actually could have gone to college for it, but I had a really bad coach, like my high school.
Yeah,
sophomore
fuck
year.
you.
Yeah, it kind of ruined it for me. And the offer that I got was from an all-girls school, and it was a private school, so I wasn't too inclined to go. Like I have really no reason to go because it's
Yeah,
just
give me
expensive.
that scholarship.
Yeah.
So do you still play here and there, or like you just kind of
Like recreationally?
Yeah, I mean, I play pickup soccer every now and then. I'm not like in a league or anything. So,
Shit, maybe we
Yeah.
should go play soccer.
do you play? Do you guys play?
No, my dad was he played in college,
Okay.
but I'm so bad with my legs. Like I literally look dumb as fuck. Like I trip over my own legs and shit. I'm better with like my arms. Like golfing.
Okay.
That's how you play golf. That's your
like
skill?
swimming.
Just like this. Just like
It's
this.
like drowning.
Oh, swimming. Yeah. I just don't kick my legs. It's just like this.
Wait, do you guys play soccer or?
No,
any
the
of those?
closest thing to soccer I play is fucking foosball, dude.
So other than your past life and stuff like that, what have you been up to recently? What do you do for work? Are you in school?
So I am in school. I just realized I didn't finish the other question. Spain,
Oh
France.
shit. Oh, shit.
Spain, France, Italy, Switzerland, Japan. I only stopped there though, not very long. And
You've been to a lot of
like-
places.
Dominican Republic, Mexico.
Oh my god.
Oh my
A couple other
gosh, that's a
places.
lot.
What the hell?
But I'm actually curious. How's Switzerland? I've always wanted to go.
Expensive.
Expensive? Okay, but it was fun?
Yes. So my dad's company, he had a coworker whose daughter, they all lived in Switzerland, and every summer she would come and live with us for like 2 months. And so now it's kind of our turn. So when I went to Switzerland, like she's 10 years older than me, so we just went around. We
Okay.
just went like to clubs and we just drank food and
That's
I'm sorry,
fire.
ate and drank. So
When I think of Switzerland, it's like rich people,
Is it?
I mean, yeah, because like their tax laws
Uh-huh.
are so like open. So a lot of the rich people just put their money there, and basically the authorities in the U.S. can't touch that money unless a mutual law of each country that share that law, like they broke it.
I just know that Switzerland's one of those places where it's like the highest happiness rate.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Just
one of-
because the banks are so nice. Oh no, sorry.
Oh, also there's no inheritance tax and stuff like that.
I don't know. I just
Yeah.
saw like the saddest places in the world and the happiest places.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and Georgia is #1.
Well, Korea's up there in the saddest places.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And the happiest places was like Switzerland's, like a lot of the European places.
Switzerland.
Yeah.
I mean, because I feel like everyone over there has a buttload of money and they open their windows and it's the Swiss Alps. I'd be pretty happy if.
Wait, so what's your favorite place you've been to out of all these places?
So probably my favorite trip and experience is in the Philippines the last time I went, because I went alone. I went with my cousins to island hop, so I met them in Manila, and then we went to Palawan, and we went island hopping in Palawan, and it was amazing.
Do you tend to travel alone most of the time?
I try not to if I can help it, but it's not very often where I find people with similar schedules and similar budgets.
Yeah, I guess I mean like even as a guy, I don't know if I could travel that many places by myself. I'd be kind of scared.
Oh, I didn't go all those places by myself. Like my mom, before she had my sister, my older sister. She was a flight attendant.
Oh.
So she kind of went to all these places before. So she kind of knew everything already. So she wanted to show me and my sister, like, have some cultural awareness and
Just
just
you have the best tour guide out there.
Literally.
Yes, sure.
But that's like a flex though. Open your passport, it's just a bunch of fucking like stamps on
Stamps
it.
everywhere,
Yeah,
yeah.
stamps everywhere.
Stamps everywhere, literally.
Must be nice.
Yeah.
Man, when are we gonna make it out, man? Are we just stuck here forever?
Wait, have you been to Korea?
I have. The last time I went was like
the only
when
stamp you
COVID
got.
first blew up.
Just one.
Okay.
It was like 2019, 2020. But I mean, I love Korea. But for me, I love my bed more than anything else in the world. So if I like the max I can be like out of my home is like a month.
That's a pretty good max. I'd say
Yeah.
after 2 weeks, I get kind of sick.
But when I go to
Homesick.
Korea, yeah, I have to go like my family goes like 2 months at a time. Yeah, because I mean it's such a long trip.
Yeah.
So if we're there, might as well just see all the family and just go out there. But it's like 2 months at a time, and it's like, but I just get so burnt out like the third, fourth week. It's just,
Or you like get homesick?
huh?
You get like homesick?
I just
or-
get like bed sick. I want to go back to my bed.
That's why you just gotta bring your bed everywhere, or
Yeah,
just like
that's
you
what
know,
I'm saying.
Just ship your bed over to Korea.
No, that's what I'm saying. But my mom won't let me do that.
Yeah.
So, what kind of Asian are you guys?
I'm a tiger. Sorry. Wait. We guessed for yours. You gotta guess.
Yeah, you
ours.
gotta guess ours.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm so bad at this. Because I grew up in a predominantly white community, so like,
Okay.
Yeah, we did too.
you have 2 times more Asian friends than I
okay,
do.
okay, well, actually, like
The
me,
math's adding up.
me coming into like the Asian community was like last July for me. I'm still pretty new into the scene. But,
You're welcome.
Thanks, man. Thanks, man. But like these would be like some of the few first Asians I've had as friends, except for like my old roommates and stuff. But they weren't like, they couldn't speak like Korean. They didn't eat Korean food or anything. We just like hung out with like the white people.
So that's what you're saying. What would you guess?
Yeah. What does he look like? What kind of knees are
I
you
don't
leaning
know.
towards?
Like Disney or Disney? Or Disney.
And it's
you know?
also pretty hard to like guess because his name is Phil and your name is HB.
HB.
Yeah.
Chinese.
Which one?
Which one?
I am not Chinese. I am Korean.
Mm.
Wait, okay. Hold on. Why'd you look so shocked? Wait, why'd you look so shocked?
No, because
She was
I
like,
feel like I feel like I watch like it's probably a bad standard to think of it as. I watch a lot of like Korean dramas. I would assume like I would just like recognize a Korean.
Oh man, so I don't look Korean.
And I've been to Korea, the airport.
You know.
You don't look like any of the flight attendants.
Maybe I
there.
need a DNA test, bro.
Yeah, you need a perm. You need
I need a perm. That's what it is. I need a perm and some circle glasses.
Who looks more Korean between the two? Of us?
So you're Korean?
No.
He's Tiger.
So what do you think Phil is?
You know, don't be nervous. It's okay.
Also Chinese.
French.
She's staring so
I
hard.
don't know. I really don't know.
Just throw a knees out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we won't be
Yet?
hurt.
Damn.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. What about me?
Are you Korean?
Oh, okay.
That's not.
Well, also my name is Taemin.
My actual name is Hyunbin. Like,
Yeah.
That might have helped.
yeah, my name is Hyunbin. Yeah, I'm Korean.
Hyunbin Yim. But Yim is also, wouldn't that be considered a Chinese last name?
It's Lim normally.
Mm.
Yeah. So you know how whenever you transfer into like
Ni hao. 我爱你.
no.
You understand?
No, not at all. There's whenever you change the, I don't know. I think it's something to go. So when we go to the government, like when you change your name, right? Do we change it to whatever name we want it to be, or do they change it?
I think they just stick in like Google Translate and whatever pops up is whatever they
Well,
use.
at least in the U.S., yeah, you can just change your name.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why my last name is Yim.
Like literally, my cousin's name was Ho Young,
Uh-huh.
and he legally changed
Ho
his name
Young?
to Tiger.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Ho Young. But he legally changed his name to Tiger. Tiger.
Oh, so you became Phil.
Huh? He's also Viet now.
That'd be crazy, bro. That'd be crazy.
Oh man, what a flex! Just to have that many stamps on a passport.
Hey, you just keep snapping, bro.
Oh, when I was a kid, so I played like guitar growing up, right? And my I thought the coolest thing ever was to have a guitar case with a bunch of like stickers on it from different countries. But I realized they didn't put stickers on it; they just put a tag on it.
So did you have like 50 tags?
I just have to take them off every time. It looks so
Damn it.
dumb. It looked so dumb.
It gets in the way, like the handle's like not the same anymore.
Fuck
and
that
shit.
shit. Fuck the
But yeah,
handles.
question.
Yeah.
Since you traveled so much, is that why you want to be like a travel nurse, or like, is that why you're in school for nursing?
I think travel nursing is just a good opportunity to go out and see other places where I'd like to live and where I'd like to start a family. But outside of that, I just love traveling in general. I like learning about other cultures. I like meeting people and just having fun and just, yeah.
So
What
you got the
about
travel bug?
Travel nursing like blew up on TikTok because like there was like a bunch of people posting how much they get paid.
Yeah.
And it's fucking
It's a lot.
insane. It's a
Yeah,
lot.
they get paid very well.
It's like they're basically like getting paid as much as the doctors.
Is it?
It's 6 figures.
It's
It's a hefty
I, mean,
amount.
I know it's 6 figures.
They
but I
could
didn't
buy
know
our
it was, like-
podcast 5 times over again.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
cool.
Well, actually,
Please-
100
please
times
buy
over
us
again.
travel nurses.
No, but but so if you're travel nursing, does it only allow you to do it in the States?
Yes.
Yeah.
So states in Canada, I'm pretty sure, take the
Canada.
same course and test and standardized testing. So I can only do it in the States. But the good thing about travel nursing is that you take on these assignments and they last like 4 weeks to 6 months, etc. And in between that time, you can take as much time as you want off because you're not technically under a contract at that point. So if you do like a month and you're like, okay, I'm kind of tired, you can take a month off and then pick up an assignment when you come back.
So does travel nursing is there different schooling compared to like residential nursing like in a hospital or something?
So everyone gets their standardized degree. It can be an RN, it can be a BSN, and then you kind of just apply. You have to do 1 year working in a hospital, at least 1 year to get experience because you have to be more or less specialized in the field that you're doing. So I personally want to do like labor and delivery or NICU or...
So you'll be traveling just delivering babies?
Yeah,
That'd be
hope
dope.
so.
she's like that stork in like the cartoons.
No,
that always
yeah.
brings babies and shit.
No, that's dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to do that or work in the OR. And pretty much you have to know the ins and outs of it for like a year, and then you pick up assignments only for that specialty because what happens, why people need travel nurses is because in hospitals, let's just say some nurses on maternity leave, they can't come back for 3 months and they need someone to fill in that space. Well, it takes 8 weeks to train a nurse to fill in that space. So they get someone who already knows their job and they pretty much assign them to that hospital and they fill in the space while they train other people.
Do you think travel nursing kind of boomed even more after COVID? Because like,
I do think that there is more of a spotlight on it, especially because the healthcare industry has been blindsided
Yeah.
because of COVID.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do think so.
there's like so many sad videos of that when I watched on YouTube. Like they take off their mask and they have like really deep lines and stuff like that. I was like, damn.
So whenever a travel nurse goes out, right? How long are they out for?
Do they live
You
at
guys
the
know?
resident?
Yeah. I don't know enough
Or like
information
for
about
a
it,
couple
that's why.
days or something? Or do they just like...
What do you mean?
Like when you're travel nursing, you have like specific clients, right? Or like patients, I was
Or do they
right?
just like send you to a different location because it's kind of the job?
Yeah, is travel nursing you traveling to different hospitals, or is travel nursing you going to like specific patients?
She goes to specific houses and delivers these babies.
Oh, cool.
Wait, actually?
That's how it works.
Oh, fuck, Phil.
I mean, you could, because some nurses can be like,
Oh,
if you're really like rich.
We're so dumb.
What?
They go to different hospitals.
I mean, I knew about the hospital.
I didn't know.
I was like, dang, does Taman know something I don't?
No, fuck, dude.
That's why I asked
You
her
literally
the
stared me dead in the eyes when I asked you, and you didn't say anything.
Well, I was asking her the question. I was waiting for an answer. And you said,
God
yeah, so different
dang.
houses? I was like, where are we going with this?
I always thought in my like when up until this moment right now, I thought travel nursing was like in home care.
We got to practice listening more.
Fuck.
So can you explain better for the left and right people?
So, what you're thinking of could possibly be nurses that actually work for families, and then they can, like, if they're really rich families, they can have a nurse that only delivers babies in the house, whatever, etc. And they can recommend it to other people. And yes, you could travel through that, or you could travel with a family and be their own personal nurse. That's a whole different story. But for travel nursing, yeah, you go to different hospitals in different states. So, for example, since I'm in Georgia, and let's just say I want to pick up a job in New York, and there's a 6-week contract for like a NICU
What's
assignment.
NICU?
So newborn like ICU. So preemies.
I know the slangs now.
I see you.
Yeah, NICU.
So if there was a 6-week contract in New York City, I could get the contract and I would move there for 6 weeks, and they would give me a stipend for housing, for pretty much anything that I would need to travel up there to get my stuff up there. And that's how some people make more money, by like cheapening out or being frugal on their housing instead of using all the money up from their stipend. And then they get paid more than the nurses that are working in the hospital already, because they're there on an assignment. And then after that, you can move back home, you can go to a different assignment, you can pretty much do whatever.
God, that sounds like, why didn't I finish school? Fuck, that sounds dope.
You can still go to
I feel like you want to
school.
change your profession every time we have a new guest.
Yeah.
Last week was like a DJ or something like
Yeah,
that.
dude. I could be a travel nurse DJ.
Oh, dude, that's wild.
Yeah.
You know what?
No, I was gonna say when babies are born, I could be in the back just scratching this. Congratulations.
You know, I'm curious. So I know you have to stay out of you have to go to different locations a lot. And like, do you have a boyfriend currently?
No, I don't.
So whenever you were in any sort of ship, you know, does it ever get involved? Like, man, like long distance is difficult, et cetera, or do you just not like make that a problem with your career right now?
So I'm actually still in school.
Uh-huh.
So I haven't actually gone out of the state for
Okay.
nursing. But I just don't have a boyfriend for other reasons. That, like, I have another job, and personally I don't think it's quite fair if I have a boyfriend while I work the job.
Okay. So you purposely, okay. So if you were to be when you finally get the job, what do you think about like long distance and stuff though?
My love language is touch.
So she's got to be
I
with another
really-
nurse if she's gonna be a travel nurse.
Or someone that can just like move around.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah,
That's
you know,
like
like
self-
remote work.
Yeah.
My fault. Never mind.
I don't know. I feel like I could do 6 weeks. To me is not too long, or like a month. I feel like I could do that and just visit on weekends or something, because you really only work 3 days a week. It's very flexible.
Long distance be hard.
6 weeks for me is a long time.
Yeah, I'm actually curious. Have you ever had something like long distance too?
So I've been in situations where I've been in like kind of like a fling-a-ling, like a talking stage.
Let's talk about this. I'm
Yeah.
curious.
And I mean, it was hard.
Yeah.
But my love language, I think my top is like quality time. And as long as, you know, and I love to like stay at home and game, right? So if I'm gaming with her, it's basically she's next to me, right?
wait, what?
That's the most antisocial thing I've ever heard.
We scratch that out.
I like quality time, but you face this way and I'll face this way.
Yeah. Well, I don't know, but I mean, it's never really worked out, because at some point, you know, you get to that point where like, damn, I wish she was here. Yeah, but I don't think. But I've never been in a relationship before, so that's like the farthest I've ever gone.
Wait,
Okay,
okay. Who's in a relationship here currently?
happy birthday.
It is I. That's it.
Yeah, no,
That's pretty much
Okay.
it. Yeah.
I can't be in a relationship.
Why is that?
So busy at work.
Yeah, dude. Relationships be tough.
Yeah, it's a huge commitment. I mean, I feel like at my age right now, it's just not that old.
How old are you?
I'm 22.
Okay.
Okay, but like for me, in my mind now,
So unimpressed. 22, that's it? That's all you got in you?
well, for me, it's like I really want to have a family in the future, right?
Uh-huh.
And I want to use this time in my 20s to date to marry. So like every time I see I see a potential person, I want them to know that I'm here for the long run. And not a lot of people in our age right now don't like want to have that.
Okay,
Yeah.
I get that.
Because no one wants to sit next to you and watch you play games like
You know,
that.
that's what I'm saying. Like the fuck. Like what the hell?
No, I actually agree with that. I'm 21, so I'm not much younger than you. But aside from my other job that I work, I also think the same way. Kind of like I don't really not waste time, but I feel like people who devote a lot of time and a lot of their heart into things, it's very hard to disconnect, and it's very hard to give more of yourself to someone else after.
See?
But it's like, you still want it, or do you still want to like party as well, or like, you know, do whatever you want?
I mean, I feel like if I'm in a happy relationship, partying for me is going out with her anyways. So
I guess the reason why I thought about this question was, can't you just date someone older if you want someone? Because you said the issue was
you see me try, right?
My bad, bro.
That didn't work out.
My bad, bro.
Wait, one thing I've ran into plenty of times is I try to go for a girl who's a little bit older than me, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes a lot older than me, right? And at the end of the day, a couple months later, we're just like in two different stages of life. Like, I want to be here. I mean, I love spending time with her, but I'm like 22. I want to date at least like for 3-4 more years, right? But that 3-4 more years for her could be her hitting her 30s or something. You know?
Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, she wants to do like settle down now, but I'm just still like, I mean, I would love to settle down some point in the future, but at this point in my life right now, like I still got shit to figure out.
It almost seems like you feel like it's unfair for the other person.
Yeah. No, definitely. So timing has always been, hell for me. Just like. But at the same time, I do go for like older girls, but that's just because I'm looking for someone who has a mental capacity of like being mature enough. Like,
and I know that about you. Like, I know that you like to date older normally, right?
Yeah.
I mean, especially if you're trying to actually date them. So with that being said, like, do you date older or younger usually, or if you were to?
I don't typically have a preference.
You don't really care.
Yeah, as long as they're cool. Have you been with a MILF before?
A MILF?
Yeah.
Only grandmas around here.
No, I've never been with a MILF, but a MILF has bought me a bag before.
Valid.
Yeah,
I
but
guess.
I mean, like, it's just like that quote unquote MILF, right? She had a kid almost the same age as me, so it's kind of weird, you know?
Hey, but you got a bag though.
Huh? I did.
Yeah.
Thanks for the Gucci.
How did that happen? I'm actually curious. We never talked about this before.
So like there was this just this random Instagram account that DM'd me, right? It's like probably like a year or two ago, and I'm like, this gotta be fake, right? But in my downtime, what I love to do is like see if there's any scammers like DM me, and I just like play along.
You just troll them, right?
Yeah, I just troll them. I think it's so funny, right? But she texts me, she goes, she DMs me, and she goes, hey, you have a WhatsApp? And I was like, okay. She's like, Chinese then, because like that's their main. We have like Kakao Talk in Korea.
Oh yeah,
and
yeah,
WhatsApp is in China, right? So I was like, okay, whatever. I'll download WhatsApp. I'm like, just talking to her, thinking she's fake, and and then we're talking for like a week, and pretty good conversation, right? And then I asked her like how old she is. She tells me how old she is. She's like 42 or something like that. And she was like, is there any? I asked her a couple questions about her like luxury brands that she had, because it seemed like she had a lot of pictures with like bags and stuff like that. And I was like, oh man, there was like this Gucci bag that I thought it was so cool on this YouTuber. And then she was like, I'll send it to you.
No way.
And I was like, I'm not giving you my address. So I gave her my office address, and 2-3 weeks later, DHL comes and my bag came. And I tell her, I was like, yo, like, you actually sent it. I was like, thank you. And then like she ghosted me.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Wait. She bought you the bag and then ghosted you?
No, like we were talking for a couple of days after that, right? But
what the fuck? That doesn't even make sense.
Yeah, we talked after a couple of days. I'm like, yo, thank you, whatever, all that, right? And then I just never got a response again. I still have her on WhatsApp.
She said chapter closed. Okay, next.
Yeah. I guess after that, she's like, damn, he kind
She
of
said
sucks.
the tables have turned. She said,
So I'm assuming she like saw that she liked what she saw, didn't like who she was talking to.
She's like, he's a dick. Yeah, fuck this guy.
That was pretty nice though.
Okay, then
Yeah,
I mean, there's no way she would have bought it for you if you were a dick completely. Yeah.
But also like I'm pretty like in conversations, I'm pretty like vanilla if I don't know who you are in real life. Because I try not to expose myself too much.
And then show them the sprinkles later with the other toppings.
Yeah. But I mean, if we like end up meeting up later and like I tell her about my life and stuff like that, but like it's usually pretty general stuff because internet's a pretty scary place these days.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's still pretty crazy how you have these MILFs in your DMs though. That's kind of wild.
Do you have a MILF in your DM?
No, I can't.
But
relate.
that was like the peak of my TikTok though. When I was still gaining like followers and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm washed now, but I'm trying to make it back. I fell off, but I'm trying to get back on.
Hey, would you date a MILF?
I hear that's where it's at, honestly. But yeah, I'd be down. I'd be open to it.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think it's like
I'm just hella
like
open-minded,
more
you know
open
what
now
I'm
because like like the 20s are now like the 30s.
Whoa.
No, because I feel like
No, 30s are the new 20s. That's what he means.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like I mean like all the people that sometimes we hang out with are like over 30, and I literally feel like they're still like our age because people are getting married later now. Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know. A lot of people where we hang around with, I feel like a lot of them have like, they're like sugar babies. Yeah.
It's great. Internet's a great
Do
thing.
you know a lot of people that are just casually just cruising because they're sugar babies?
I wouldn't say that my close friends, but I do know a lot of people, yes, that are sugar babies.
I mean, shit. Like Becky and Steph came on a couple weeks ago, and someone sent like Steph like what $100 or something like that.
What?
Or you remember at Glam or something? Someone just gave Steph $100 and just left.
What?
Yeah.
When was this?
She told us on the podcast.
Dude.
Yeah, dog. You never pay attention, man.
Have you had? Okay, so this is a topic that we talked about a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
I want to bring it up again. Objectively, you're a pretty attractive female, right?
Thank you.
Have you ever
Thank you.
experienced pretty privilege? And what's like the craziest thing you've gotten out of that?
I was an ugly kid, I will say that. So, yes. No. Yeah, I will say pretty privilege is absolutely 100% a thing. Being a female certainly helps because everyone loves females, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, I actually work in an industry where pretty privilege definitely does exist, and it's very valid.
Well,
So.
like outside your workplace, have you gotten any like crazy gifts or anything like that?
Crazy gifts.
Did anyone just hit you up over your
Like on
DMs,
social
like, just
media
give you,
or
like, a Gucci
something?
bag
They're
or
like, "Hey, what's
something?
your Cash App?" And then they'll just like send you money.
Not really.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't get very many DMs. I'm very low key about.
that's surprising.
Yeah.
I felt I would feel like her DMs would be like flooded.
Oh.
No.
Do you like being low key?
It's cool. I have no reason to be high key. Like I'm fine with it. I don't go out very much, so it kind of makes sense that I'm low key. I don't really go out in clubs or.
No, like I mean, before today, I've only met her like once, right? But after that, we've texted a few times and stuff. She's like the most interesting, mysterious person I know.
Mysterious? What do you mean by mysterious?
No, because like she'll like talk on text, right? But she won't go far enough to the point where you really know her.
Okay, so there's like
Yeah.
not enough debt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So like she's out here doing something, but we don't know.
What you doing, bro? What you doing? What you hiding?
I mean, what do you want to know?
She's out here lurking and shit.
What your hobbies? What are your hobbies? You ride bikes, right? Motorcycles?
Yeah, I do ride a motorcycle. I started that when I bought my first car and I wrecked it 6 months later. And I drive a stick shift, so I didn't want to wait. I didn't want to buy an automatic.
There's like
in
too
the
many wheels to
meantime.
handle, yeah. Like, you went from 42.
I ran at 10 miles per hour going against a parking post, so maybe that was. Anyways.
What?
Yeah, I know.
Sometimes
Asian
it just comes
driver.
at you all too quickly.
Asian driver. She said Asian driver.
But so I wanted to drive a stick shift because my dad taught me that's something that we share in common, and the car market at the time, like 2 years ago, was really bad. So everything was just overpriced. So I just said like, screw it, I'll just get a motorcycle, and I got one. I started out in an R3, and then I bought myself a car, and then I sold my R3 and I got myself an
Like
R7.
the girl I want to be. I don't know how to drive stick. I want a motorcycle. I'm too scared.
I don't think any of us know how to drive.
You know who she reminds me of? Like the vibe I get off her?
What's up?
Like 2012 Transformers Megan Fox.
Ooh, that's a
pretty
good
cool.
one.
Yeah, like the original Shia LaBeouf Megan Fox type beat.
So you're a freedom fighter.
Roll out. No, what?
That's why she's always mysterious, because she's out here fighting all these Decepticons and shit. You don't want people knowing about this shit.
Her bike just fucking comes
yeah,
up.
it's just like,
I'm actually the bike.
yeah.
Yeah, like I want a motorcycle so badly, but like knowing me, I feel like I would go fucking crazy on it.
There's definitely a level of self-control you have to have. When you first ride and you first have your first bike, There's definitely an adrenaline rush that you get, and people want to go fast, and people want to try new things, pop wheelies, whatever. But
Have you ever popped a wheelie?
no, my bike actually has ABS braking system.
What's that? You're saying all these words, and I can't. I don't understand.
So pretty much it kind of prevents your wheels. It kind of prevents you from popping up too much because that's actually dangerous.
So is your bike like? Is it like a cruiser?
No, it's a sport bike.
Like the ones you have to like go all the way down on?
I don't know what this is, but
You know, like
Instead of like the crazy handlebars up here, it's like you
oh
gotta
yeah,
lean into it
we're
like
not
down here.
these. We're this. Yeah. So,
God, that's so cool. What the hell?
but yeah, I've never topped my bike out. I never had the feeling, or I never had the need to do that. And then I just like riding. It's fun.
I want like she's the girl I want to be.
Thank you.
As a guy though.
I think.
You're the guy I want to be.
Yeah.
Look at him. He's blushing.
But yeah, considering you're into like bikes and stuff like that, do you ever go to all these like crazy meets and stuff like that?
I've been maybe like 2 or 3 times, but it was a lot of stimulation for me. Stimulation. I'm actually an introvert,
Oh,
so that's probably why I don't go out as much as I probably should. But everyone there kind of, I don't want to say everyone, I don't want to stereotype, but it's a lot of burnouts, a lot of showing off.
Yeah, a
all
bunch of
that
douchebags.
And there's a chance that you could be arrested, so I'm just not. I'm trying to
Okay.
not do that again.
Have you ever had someone?
Again.
Have you ever had someone ride in the back?
No, no, not really.
Do you have an extra seat?
Yeah.
Can I go on the bike with you?
Do you have a helmet?
I can make one.
You can make one.
Yeah, but I want to go on a bike so badly.
Maybe you can transform into one.
Huh? Transform into one? Oh, dude, imagine how much that would suck. You become a transformer,
Dude.
and you get to transform as a helmet.
Dude.
Like out of everything you can transform into, a fucking helmet.
Hey man, that's a skill that you can only you can show off though. You can do it, man.
So you're trying to impress a girl, and you're like, you know I'm a transformer, right?
Yeah, I'll be like, hey Taman, come on, hop on.
Yeah, and
Yeah, so instead of like Pickle Rick, you're like Helmet HP.
oh,
You got like flames going out the
no,
sides.
Yeah.
I'm like, Transformers X Ghost Rider.
Dude. You get
We're,
everyone with
we're,
that.
we're getting pretty creative with this.
Yeah, I know.
Everybody's so creative.
Everybody's so creative. Okay, so you brought up another job that you had while you're in school and stuff like that. Can you tell us a little bit more about that job that you're doing?
Yeah. So I actually am a dancer at a club. I've been dancing for about 2.5 years now.
Oh, wow.
And I've danced at 2 clubs in Atlanta and 1 club in Vegas that I do not
So
recommend.
you lived in Vegas?
No, it was just a travel thing. I just went over there, got my permit.
Travel nursing and travel dancing. Yo,
There's a common theme here.
No,
Yeah.
I'm telling you, she's Miss 305 worldwide.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Yo, so what's the difference between the clubs in Vegas and here?
So it's a bit weird. So in Nevada, in the state of Nevada, so I wasn't 21 at the time when I danced there, so I couldn't dance at the 21 and up clubs, which are the nice ones, the really nice ones. So I went to a different club that, I kid you not, could not sell alcohol because you can't be fully nude and sell alcohol. So in the 21 and up clubs, they sell alcohol, but the girls are just like topless. And the one that I went to was like full nude. And when I was auditioning, I was like, okay, this place looks pretty decent, whatever. There's no alcohol. It's a bit weird because in Atlanta, you're allowed to drink alcohol and be fully nude. But they were selling like coconut drinks and
Coconut?
It's like pina coladas and
smoothies.
shit like that.
Like virgin pina coladas?
It's like
I've
apple
never
juice. Everyone has
tried
a little
'cause
juice box and shit.
Low-key
No, but
sketch.
I've seen that. Like I was in California, and when in LA, I went to a club, and there was a 2-drink maximum. So like after like 2 beers, whatever, it's like $10 Red Bulls. That's it. That's all you can drink.
Holy Spirit activate.
But also, I've noticed there's like some clubs where it's like, so this always confused me. There are some clubs where it's like you can't touch, and there's some clubs that you can, right? But like,
I heard of that too. Yeah.
So like, if they're dancing on you, do you just like try to like keep your hands in the back as long as possible, or?
It's just like a respect thing, right?
That, but also some girls make their own rules at certain clubs. I believe in the clubs in Georgia, a majority of them are supposed to be no touch, but it's kind of lax because a lot of management knows that it just happens. Some girls are fine with it, some girls are not. If a girl's not fine with it, security comes easy. But the club that I work at, they're very, very strict about that. So, like, if you put your hands anywhere close to her, they'll, like, slap your hand and be like, hey, you can't do that. But in Vegas, whole different story. The only night that I worked there, I got my permit. I worked one night because I couldn't work another night because I didn't want to.
Oh wow.
There was this, like, they're really pretty girls, really nice, really sweet. Everyone was welcoming. I really liked that. One of the girls was doing pole tricks, and it's just like a stage with 3 poles and then like a bunch of seats around it, so everyone can pretty much see you, and there's options for your money to come in. And there was this girl who was really good at pole, blonde girl, really petite. She did pole tricks, slid on the ground, naked, with her, like, pussy wiping on the floor.
Hell yeah.
And this guy was, like, giving her ones. Like, a couple of guys on the side of the stage were giving her ones. And I guess her trick was to fold the dollar bill up, put it in between her legs, and queef it up into the air.
Yo, that shit, I saw that in person once.
What the
That
fuck?
shit is
wait.
nuts.
Hold up.
Y'all can shoot
You
things
can
out of there?
shoot things out of there like that?
Some of us,
I mean,
yes.
it's like air in there, right?
Yeah.
So it's like a pussy fart.
I mean,
Yes.
I know how that works,
Yeah.
but so like you put the dollar on top and
No,
it just,
literally. So this happened to me when I turned 18. I went to my first ever strip club in Panama City Beach. Right?
Okay.
And so I thought it was. So what I did was, I have a really hard time making eye contact. Right. So I was like folding my dollars into a paper airplane.
You're just like chucking it across the club.
She
had
loved
that
that shit.
before.
It was funny, right? And then she just like looks at me and she picks it up, like she lays down, puts it on her, cooch. It just goes.
It's just like
insane.
a geyser.
Wait, so that you can like queef on demand?
If you
think
lay
some
down,
girls-
yes.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
You knew that?
I thought it was
Nah.
only some girls who could.
No,
do that.
I heard
I'm sure some girls
people in
can't,
Thailand be
but-
doing that shit with like ping pong balls and they shoot it into like the cup.
I heard about that too, actually.
yeah, like the,
Yeah,
Little, the little adult show.
Never
pops
seen
up.
it. Yeah.
No, but like it blows my mind. So what a vagina could do. Dude,
Yes.
it was like I was so mind blown. Like
So-
I wanted to stand up and applaud.
Dude,
I didn't know girls were airbenders like that though. I'm
No,
learning something
right?
new every day.
Like angs everywhere, angs everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh, but you got what?
no, wait, what?
No, no, my question is, what was the audition process like? Like, does it change?
Oh,
from
was
club
there
to
an
club, or-
audition?
Yeah, you have to
Oh,
audition.
wow.
So pretty much they don't actually look at you dance at all because it's something that you could learn. And they really just look at how you look. So when I auditioned in Vegas, I had 2 songs. One song, topless. Second song, full nude, just dancing.
Do you pick your songs, or how does that work?
I mean, sometimes you can choose your songs. I didn't really care because I was like, it's 6 minutes of my life. Do whatever you want to. If I'm good, I'm good. If I'm not,
Yeah.
bye.
Do people ever troll? Like they pick like they crank that Soldier Boy and they start doing
Well,
that.
can customers choose songs for you?
Yeah.
If they pay the DJ, yeah.
Ooh.
Everything works with money in the club.
I just realized what he said.
Well,
He said when you're auditioning, do you just pick a song like Soldier Boy, and then all of a sudden you just go you while you're
She shows up, she starts hitting the Dougie and shit like that. Like, oh shit.
I mean, you could do that. I don't. There's no rule that says you can't.
Yeah.
But in Atlanta, same thing. Go up on stage, dance around, and there's one club, the one that I work at right now. Pretty much, you go up on stage, you stand there, you smile, you sway, and you kind of look at the person who hires you. Yeah. Yeah, like that. Like, yeah. And you pretty much like do a full 360, and they look at your body and they say yes or no.
wow.
So it's straight up how you look. That's why you say you don't give a fuck
It's
about like the
unlocking
actual
the
dance.
character.
Oh.
It's like if you have a certain look, or if you look unique,
Or you have a queefing trick?
exotic. What?
Huh?
So,
Do they,
no, we are actually not allowed to do that in my club. You're
Oh,
not allowed to do
okay.
any
Like
floor
you
work.
say, like
Okay, okay.
unique and exotic. I know like non-Asian people used the word Oriental. Is that like offensive?
Do you find it offensive?
I don't know.
No.
No one's ever called me Oriental.
That's true.
Like an Oriental rug?
Huh?
Actually, Oriental, isn't it derived from Middle Eastern Asians
Shit,
as well?
my fault.
I don't know.
I guess I don't know. I thought Oriental was always like towards the Asian people.
Yeah, I'm sure it's on that side.
Mm.
I'm not entirely 100% sure.
Yeah,
Could
me
be.
neither. Go ahead.
No, I was just wondering. So like, because you're Asian, does it increase the chance that you make it out the audition?
Yes.
Really?
100%.
Oh, they pick like they gotta have like diversity picks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Is
I
that
think
what
like
it
the
is?
Asians are popping right now in that industry. Like they're looking for Asians.
I always think that they could use Asians because technically Asians, Indians, Middle Eastern girls are very hard to find because of the strict,
Yeah.
I guess,
Like family.
yeah,
like,
strict family and the culture and everything.
yeah.
It's very shunned upon.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, that's why they always welcome other ethnicities. In my club that I work at now, we have about 300 girls,
300?
100?
and we have to work 3 days a week. So almost every night there's at least like 70 girls, 70 to 100 girls.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's a lot. So it's a lot of competition, but
Just a lot of ping pong balls and money
a
flying.
lot,
in the
lot
air.
of.
So is there like a lot of beef in like that 300 girl group?
No. We're all there to make money. We're all pretty cordial about it.
Like,
Some girls are catty, but it's not.
Yeah, has there been times where like a customer's been stolen from another dancer or?
So there's actually like a strip club etiquette thing that's like an unsaid said thing, where like if a girl has a customer and another girl like walks up while she's with him, that's an absolute no and tries to take him away. But if at the end of the day, like he talks to both girls on his own time and he chooses another girl, that's on him. Like that's that's the customer, like whatever he wants, and that's just what it is. So yeah,
Do you know any male strippers?
I do.
Do they have male strip clubs here?
They used to. Swinging Richards was a male strip club.
Swinging Richards. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Not that but no, I just remember there's a video of Jack Harlow.
Oh no, yeah, for sure. Yeah.
him and
Jack
Drewski.
Harlow.
That's my nickname.
Oh, okay.
There was a video of him and Drewski. He was in Midtown, and so I was like, "Where are you going?" He goes, "Swinging Richards."
Yeah, they shut down.
Why? Do you think?
Bankruptcy, I think. I'm not sure.
Dude, as a girl, would you go to like Magic Mike is a show, but it's a pretty big show in Vegas, right?
Yeah.
But as a girl, would you go to a male strip club here in Atlanta?
I wouldn't say no, but it's not really in my interest to go unless
What if the
girls-
wings are really good?
I like the wings at my place.
Oh, for real?
dinner, yeah.
What flavor are we talking about?
Do you guys get free
Lemon
food?
pepper.
You guys
Oh,
get free
shit.
Lemon
food?
pepper.
No, we get half off. Yeah.
Half off?
But
Yeah.
if like a customer buys me anything, it's on them, their tab. So I could get free drinks every night, free food
Okay.
every night. So.
Wait, are you guys allowed to drink?
Yeah.
While working?
You know, I'm curious. Is it easy to get your customer to pay for your meal?
Generally, they always ask if you want a drink, and sometimes the drinks can be as much as like something small on the menu. So, and I actually don't drink, so I just kind of say like, "Oh, can I have something to eat instead?" Or if they offer, "Do you want like get anything?" I'll be like,
Yeah,
"Okay."
the Bang Bang Shrimp is where it's at.
So can you like, you ask him, you know, like, oh, I'll just get something to eat. Can you just like, instead of dancing, just like sit down and just eat with him and just like talk to him and stuff?
Yeah. Sometimes people just pay you to sit and for company.
You know, we're talking about like a no-touch rule, right?
Yeah.
Has that ever happened when you're like, no, get the fuck out of here?
Oh yeah. Sexual harassment. Totally had a guy try to shove his fingers up.
Damn.
Try to grope me.
Really?
Yeah. People try to kiss you all the time.
And I'm assuming they're fucked up or nah?
Some
Or
of
they're
them are
weird?
just like that.
Oh, wow.
They are fucked up. If you
Oh, yeah,
they're
okay,
not
okay.
fucked up, but they're fucked up.
Oh, okay.
It's just a lot worse when a normal businessman walks in and he's just drunk out of his mind. That's another thing that happens too.
And everyone avoids him, I'm assuming.
No, there are some girls who can really handle it and they're really good at their job, and I salute them for that. But sometimes I'm just kind of like, I can't do it.
But I mean, like, I've been to a few places, the clubs like that, but usually in business places like that, the security is pretty good.
It depends what club you go to, but yes, security is supposed to be very good because obviously laws, prostitution laws in every state.
But like, wouldn't they like stop them from coming in if they know that they're too drunk? Like, you can physically see that they're drunk.
I don't think
Really?
so.
Really? Because money's money.
Yeah, they spend money on drinks, they spend money on food. But if they're obviously drunk and they're walking around, they're knocking things over, and other people complain about them, we kick them out.
Yeah. Is there in like the industry that you're in, is there like a celebrity that like that everyone kind of knows, like, oh, this,
Oh, like,
yeah,
Like Cardi B.
Oh yeah, she was a stripper, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about
But
that.
she did. Oh, really?
Yeah. And she like.
Cardi. Oh, sorry.
Cardi.
No, but she says like so like I heard I guess a snippet of like how she was talking about in the early days. But I mean she promotes it really well, like sex work and everything like that, and like stripping, like it's a really good way of making money when you're when you really need it. And she like had her start like that, and she was making a shit ton of money.
I will say that if you know how to dance and you know how to talk and you're a very outgoing person, it works very well in your
You
favor.
said you're an introvert.
I am an introvert. So I actually didn't know anybody in the industry when I started dancing. Like, I didn't know any bartenders, nothing. So, like I said, I kind of grew up in a predominantly white community. I'm going on a long tangent. Do you guys care?
Don't
No,
care.
no, go for it.
Okay, so...
We actually love tangents.
Hey, story time.
Yeah, do you think?
Tangerines.
So I grew up in a predominantly white community. Had an identity crisis, to say the least. Like, wanted to fit in, wanted to be blonde, white, whatever. Wanted to wear the clothes that they wore and speak the way they do and go on vacation like they do. And it got really hard for me. So I didn't go out. I wasn't a very good talker. I couldn't even look at people in the eyes when I was speaking. So I had a very hard time with just talking in general, to form sentences and get a fluid understanding of what I wanted to say. So I actually went into a DEP program. I don't know if you know what that is.
Oh, what?
DEP?
Yeah, dual enrollment.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You was smart. You was like high school, college smart.
So essentially, I kind of just wanted to get out of high school because it wasn't for me. The environment was very hostile for me.
Get out as soon as possible.
So I applied to go to Kennesaw State, and I went there full time. So I just quit high school completely and just did full time classes at KSU. And I was working 4 jobs at the time.
You work
4
a
jobs?
lot.
Yeah.
You were. I mean, is there a reason why you work? It's just like because you want to like.
Well, growing up, my parents always taught me that, because they were frugal, Asian parents are always very money wise, I suppose. They spend it on things that they need to and not necessarily on everything that they want. For me, I guess in the Americanized part of me, I wanted to buy the nice clothes, I wanted to fit in, so I was like, I'm going to get a job and I'm going to do that. So essentially...
Would you say that you wanted those things because you wanted to fit in with the white community, you said? Or was it more so like, I want nice clothes? Just
I mean, but I feel like this is something we've all struggled with.
Yeah.
We're born here, right?
That's true.
But our parents, I mean, like a lot of the Asians here right now are first generations.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. And all of our parents still have that old mindset, but we grew up around, especially if we're in Georgia and we're surrounded with like these white kids that can, just do whatever they want. Like, you want to do the same things, right? So I feel like this is a struggle that we've, at least at this table, we've all, had to go through.
I mean, shoot, that's fair. I mean, I grew up like, you ungrateful motherfucker. So like, I was like, okay, I don't need shit right now. Like,
I grew up with trucks and baseball.
Did you say drugs and
No,
baseball?
trucks and
baseball.
I heard drugs too.
It's like,
Yeah.
whoa.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, like, my parents were authoritarian. They had that Asian parenting style. Research shows and suggests that culturally authoritarian parenting styles work successfully for Asian communities and ethnicities, but Americanized, or Americans, or in general, like a more flexible understanding with their kids, like it to be reciprocal. Asians are not like that, really. So I have an older sister, and she grew up very successfully in that kind of parenting style. She was a good student, book smart, never had any drama with boys, never had any drama with girlfriends, and had a couple Asians in her class that she could thankfully be friends with and go throughout high school without any issues. Went to Georgia Tech, did really well there. So my parents essentially were just wondering, like, what do we do with this one? Like, how do we go this? Yeah, I am the youngest.
Me too. I went through the same shit.
Like, how do
Me
we
too.
go about this?
Yeah, he's the only one that's the oldest.
Do you
Yeah.
have
I have 2 younger sisters, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice. So essentially, yeah, I think I bought things just because I wanted them, nice things, and sometimes it was to fit in, but I was also saving up like for a car and like for an apartment, bigger stuff in the future. So I was going to college, I was working 4 jobs, burnt out, and then I was like, I'm not really doing well in school. If all else fails, like, I'm going to be a stripper. Like, I don't care what anybody says. Like, if all else fails, like, I'll still be able to make money. Like, they need Asians. So as I got older, when I was like 18, I was kind of like, it's not really a joke anymore. And then I wanted to move out because I wouldn't say the rift between my parents, but we just had such a misunderstanding. And we both love each other. We know that I have a great relationship with them now. It wasn't a good space.
I think I can kind of relate. And
Yeah.
when you're so American, when you're born as an American, well, not as an American, but when you grow up as an American, these the Asian parents from Asia are very different with how they think and how they approach stuff, like how you said. So they're everything that we do is wrong. Yes. Everything we do is bad.
Because I said so.
Yeah. What is it that I'm doing wrong? It's like, why are you even talking back to me?
Or they like to compare a lot.
Yeah. Did
Dude,
you guys
compare.
were you guys hit
Comparison.
as kids like corporal punishment?
Corporal punishment?
Like hit as kids?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
shit ton.
okay.
A shit ton.
I don't think I wasn't like beat or anything. It was just like, okay, bring
Yeah.
the drumsticks and put your hand out. Like, how many times you want to get hit? I was like, oh, she's playing my games with me today.
Oh, when I turned 18, right when I turned 18, I squared up with my dad.
Ooh.
Wild.
Yeah,
You're
yeah, dead ass.
Oh,
Like,
wow.
I actually squared. I mean, I haven't talked to my dad in forever.
I mean,
Yeah, but we grew up. My dad is super tiger, hard parent, right? He was an athlete growing up, and he was in the military for a long time. My grandfather was full military, right? So like there was this punishment that we would have to do. He wouldn't hit us, right? We would have to do it on our own because I mean, hitting kids here is
you gotta hit yourself.
no. So it's basically punish ourselves,
That's
right?
what you thought too, right?
So what you have to do is you find like a corner of a house or something, like maybe just like a wall,
Okay.
and like a hardwood floor. You have to balance your head on the ground of the wall without using your hands.
So it's like
you have
head, then to your feet, right?
yeah.
Like,
And then you just have to stay like that for hours, and every time you fall, you have to restart the timer, and we would have to do it 4 hours at a time.
I don't know why. I imagine you doing a handstand with just your head.
Dude.
And then he became a b-boy after.
And I was like, his dad's making sure he goes to the circus.
No,
He's
dude.
practicing that
And-
shit.
and,
A lot of
like,
heads.
I was so mad at my dad once for making me do it because I thought my head was gonna go flat. I literally thought my head was gonna go flat, and I'm like, "This is your fucking fault."
You're ruining all the volume in my
Yeah.
hair and shit.
My followers are gonna go down there.
Yeah,
what the fuck, man?
Like I literally looked like I thought I looked like an anvil hit on my head like a cartoon.
Dude, that's gotta hurt like shit though.
No, it did, but I kind of like that was like one of many punishments he gave to us, right? But at the same time, I think about it, like nothing hurts anymore. Like I feel like
Damn.
no, I feel like I could like get beat
Uh-huh.
like by someone random, like in a fight, and I won't feel anything.
He made your head tougher.
Yeah, no, no, but
Calluses, man.
I mean, I still think like for me, I think one thing that all of us have gone through as a kids, the one thing you always think is like, man, when I have kids, I'm never gonna treat them like this.
Oh, I totally would.
Yeah. Oh, what?
Wait.
I
Hold up.
don't know. I kind of believe in corporal punishment. I think a little bit is okay.
Yeah, I think a little bit is okay, but
Yeah.
my dad beamed the shit out of me
I
with a
wouldn't
bat.
do that.
Yeah.
You're talking about like spanking, right?
Yeah, because I was spanked on my butt, like with a belt, with a rod. With
I
my
wouldn't do it
mom's
to a girl
pink
though.
Crocs.
A daughter. I wouldn't do it to my daughter though.
Oh. I mean, woman to woman, it's kind of like, you know.
Oh, I let my wife do it.
But yeah, so I kind of grew up in that environment. I think we can kind of relate a little bit.
I guess what you're trying to say is like it worked for me in a way.
Like corporal punishment?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
it did. Like, as a kid, you don't really know how to form sentences and words, and you don't know how to communicate properly to your parents because, especially when there's a disconnect and it's not even their first language, it's hard for you to even just give yourself a chance to tell them what you mean.
Man, that's relatable.
So,
yeah.
When you use pain, it's an automatic response. You know not to do that again.
It's like, oh, I'm never doing that shit.
Yeah. It's kind of like a heartbreak. It's like, I'm never gonna.
Yeah, I'm never gonna side eye my mom.
No, for me, I just got so mad they hit me. I'm like, I'm gonna do this shit even worse.
Dude.
The second time around.
This guy's what a rebel.
Huh? I fucking hated it, dude.
Well, I grew up with a sister, so only girls. That's probably why it worked.
Yeah,
Pretty well.
so like me and HP are the youngest of 3 boys.
Okay.
Right? And so like if like we got punished by our parents, like both of us or like all 3 of us, we would be like, okay, this is your fault, and then we all start beating the shit out of each other.
So they're causing like civil war within
No.
the brothers and stuff like
No,
that.
but like you're like similar heights with your brothers and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, like how I talk to my brother.
That's true.
Yeah.
I feel like I don't know. I wouldn't be able to even talk like that with my brother if I wanted to.
Yeah.
Like, cause my brothers are 8 and 10 years older. Yeah. So I was born as a very blessed child. Very lucky. But anyways, besides the point, like they're a lot bigger than me.
Like Hulks.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're pretty big. So like, if I were to get in a fight, I know for sure I'm not gonna win that. So like talking back, doing anything like that was no. Yeah. But this guy's over here like
I didn't do that until I turned probably like 19, 20. At one point I was like, okay, we're both adults. I'm gonna beat the shit out of you now.
I still don't do that.
Huh? I mean, yeah. But at the same time, I feel like it'd be harder for me to do that because me and my brothers are all 2 years apart. 1.5 and 2 years
It's
apart.
a lot
right?
closer.
Yeah. But if my brother was 10 years older than me, I would never. Like, he's basically like a second father figure
That's
to
true.
me
Yeah.
if he's 10 years older.
That's
right?
how I think
but
about
too
it
bad
as well.
my brothers are low, fucking love you guys, but fucking bitches. But no, but the punishment that our parents gave us, like, I hated thing I hated when what they said was, hey, you're gonna thank me later, right? And I fucking hated that, right? But now I'm older, I'm just like, because of that, I have a lot more patience. I don't fear a lot of things, and I feel like I'm very independent now. And I'm like, fuck, I fucking hate that I do like want to thank them for this. I fucking hated that when they said that.
How was you punished? How were you punished?
I got spanked a lot.
You got spanked a lot?
Yeah, and then like I feel like you putting your head on the ground is like a Korean thing, but the Vietnamese equivalent would be like they just made us kneel in the corner for like forever, for like hours, and like after a while, like your knees and like thighs just go numb, and like every little movement, it's just like needles and stuff in your thighs and shit.
I mean, we do that too in Korea. They still do it. Like go on your knees and put your hands up.
Yeah.
Put your hands up.
You gotta like hold the textbook.
Put your hands up.
And then if you drop it or whatever, like you get spanked or whatever.
Yeah. They spank you more for freaking dropping it. It's like what the fuck?
Like what the hell?
And then my dad would get like super like creative with like the weapon of choice that he would use to spank me with and stuff like that.
Choose your weapon.
Yeah. Actually, like it'll be like a broomstick
what's like
sometimes.
what's like the craziest thing that you've been spanked with? Mine was a surge protector.
Surge
A surge protector? Wow.
Yeah,
I
like
don't
an
know.
extension cord.
I think my dad just reaches for any like close household item. So it's like
What's the
whatever's close,
fastest
he
thing?
just grabs that shit.
What goes in there? A foot duck diet.
That's gotta be right.
Yo, have you ever had like psychological warfare with your parents? It's like, you know what? Pick what you want to get hit by.
Yeah, my
Yeah,
dad
that
made
was
me
the
go
worst.
outside.
Dude,
one.
okay, it's like you're looking around and you see like feathers.
Or like, hey, don't flinch. If
Don't
you flinch,
flinch.
yeah, don't flinch.
if
Don't
you flinch, you're fucked.
If you flinch, it's gonna be even worse.
Is that
And you're
all?
just
You dodge the weapon.
Yeah.
You dodge it. Dude,
My
I'm
God.
saying, okay, so I think the worst one for me was, all right, I gotta figure out what I can get hit with without being too scared
or wearing
of what
multiple
it is.
pants.
No, I did
Have
that.
you
Once.
ever done
Wait, what?
No, I did that once.
Have you ever done
What do
that?
you mean wearing multiple pants?
Like boxer briefs?
No,
and,
just
like,
to add extra
sweatpants
padding.
and stuff? To add extra padding. Have you never done that?
No, I mean, like mine was.
No, I'm
pretty
dumb.
nice. I think mine. I didn't have it as bad because my mom would just be like, okay, like this is a consequence for doing something wrong,
Yeah.
so I do it because I love you, and she'd be like, okay, put your hand. And I'll be like, yeet, you know, like you got dodged that shit, but it got hit more a couple times, but I didn't really like not wearing the padding and
Then,
stuff
did
like
you guys
that.
ever run away from home?
No.
I thought about it.
I did it 3 times.
What?
But you know where I ran away to? So this is so fucking dumb, right? So I'm like 16. I'm like, fuck this place. I'm gonna run away, whatever. And there's like 2 miles down the road. There's McDonald's. I'm like, I'm gonna go eat there. So
I literally thought I was about to say McDonald's.
Yeah. So I mean, in school, if you see like this yellow like triangle, have you ever learned in school like if you see the yellow triangles on these businesses, that means it's like a safe place for like children.
I know now.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
why.
okay. So I went to McDonald's and I'm like, fuck, like where do I go now, right? And then so what I did is our house had a basement, right, with like a bedroom in it, and like no one ever came down. So I just snuck back into the basement and like stayed there for like 3 days without my parents
So you
knowing.
just hit in the basement.
Yeah, I just hid in the
And
basement.
every single time you hear footsteps, you're like, oh.
Yeah, no, yeah. So every time I heard a footstep, I would just like run into the closet.
He's in the shadows.
Oh, I mean, I tried to run away when I was like 7. I was like, yo, fuck this shit, I'm out. Yeah. And I grabbed all my toys and I walked outside and it was like middle of winter, right? I took 2 steps out, it was freezing cold, I turned back inside. I was like, I'm sorry.
Your dad was like, which weapon?
Yeah.
Pick a weapon.
Has your parents ever like dropped you off somewhere and just like drove away?
No,
just
my
like
dad-
scare you?
Wait, what?
no.
Wait, what?
You know what I'm talking about, right?
No. No. I know what you're talking
I
about.
think he stared at you because he was shocked.
No, because my dad would threaten to send me to like Africa or like fucking like back to Vietnam or like send me to the military. I'm like, no, fuck, not the military. Like, no, fuck.
No, like when I was a kid, like so near in Georgia, near my house, there was like a train tracks, right? And there was no houses there, so it wasn't really that dangerous. But as a kid, going there at night, complete darkness, is fucking terrifying, right? So my mom would be like, "Get out." She would stop at the train tracks and she'd go, "Get out." And I'm like, "No, I'm sorry, I don't want to get out." She's like, "No, get out." And then I would get out the car and she would make it seem like she's driving away, right? And I would be standing out there pissing my pants, crying my ass out for like 20 minutes. And then she comes back and I'm running into the car and she goes, "You sorry now?" And I'm like, "Yeah."
You know, deep down, I bet they're like, yeah.
Your parents be getting creative with these punishments. Like that.
Mine didn't do
Like my
that.
parents, like if you ask any of the people that like I grew up with, like they'll tell you like how fucking crazy my parents are. But like they're cool now because they're like old. But like,
I think it's a lot. I think it's a lot of communicating.
huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, we never did anything. I mean, like as Asian kids, we never hear
It's
the words
hard.
"I love you" too much. You know?
Okay, that's super fair. I
My
think
mom said that a lot to me.
like saying I love you.
Yeah.
Oh, lucky bastard.
It's a kind of a, no, it's kind of a sad story. It's because my mom's mom, so they were the Asian household where they didn't really say I love you as much, and my mom has 5 brothers. So
wow.
they were kind of like, doing their own thing. They're always around. There was big age gaps, going to college. Some of them, my mom was a flight attendant, so she was always working, yada, yada, yada. And she wrote a note to my grandmother, and she was like, hey, I'm in this country, yada, yada, yada. She signed her name, and she said, I love you at the bottom. So she sent it to my grandmother, and my grandmother passed away like years later. And then they were going through her things, and they saw her wallet and a little piece of paper that said, I love you, love.
Oh
my
fuck,
mom.
dude, that
Was
fucked
in
me
there,
up.
yeah.
Oh shit.
And now my mom says, I love you to me and my sister and my dad.
Fuck.
Yeah.
I want to drink. I want to drink. Fuck.
And I think that's like big in Asian culture.
Yeah.
And saying I love you is so hard because like I feel like our parents especially, they went through so much hardship and they didn't really like receive it a lot either. But then deep down everyone knows, because I think our natural love language for as Asians is acts of service, right?
밥 먹었어?
Oh yeah,
Like,
did you
did you
eat?
eat?
Did you eat?
Right.
That's, yeah. And it's like make sure like food's on the table, even though you get bitched that hard, food's on the table or something like that. You know?
Or they're like, you want to live?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you're you just got spanked. You're crying in your room. They just go, "Did you eat?"
Yeah. And then I think that's so relatable. Holy crap, that's.
No, I'm telling you, like the first generation Asians, like kids here, we're all going through the same shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
We're all
tough.
going through the same shit.
Aren't we considered like second generation technically? Because our parents are first generation because they came here.
No, the generation 0. We're first generation.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We're the first
Okay,
generation
okay,
of America,
America. Yeah.
the land of choices and freedom.
Yeah, I mean, my parents, so yeah, pretty much like grew up pretty strict, and they tracked me on like multiple apps on my phone. So I would always try to like go stay out later than I was. I had an 8:30 curfew when I was 18.
8:30.
8:30.
I eat dinner at 8:30.
So I learned how to like hack my phone and hack my location, so that I could just like set it somewhere, and then I could just do whatever I wanted to do. And they kind of picked up on that, but essentially I at this point kind of saved up for an apartment, and I moved out, and I was like, hey, like I'm gonna move out. I'm gonna be like 20 minutes away. It's not that far. I'm still close to you guys.
You know, you're saying it so like lightheartedly, but
Yeah.
I bet deep down you're like your heart was racing.
Oh yeah, for sure,
Yeah,
for
because
sure.
that moment you have to confront your parents, I think it's like the worst feeling.
Well, I kind of told them, I was like, I'm going to save up, I'm going to get an apartment. And they're like, okay, like it's your money, you can do whatever you want to. I kept telling them every month. And then when it finally came down to it, my mom was like, no way, you're going.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
And
like,
I was
hell
like,
no. You think you can do that?
I was like, my stuff's packed. And she's like, okay, just stay the weekend with us. And I did. And then my first week, I was so excited to move out. They sold my car. So they sold my car
They
like
said no escape.
no, they sold my car like maybe 2 weeks before I moved out, and I remember
punishment?
no, they needed the money. It
Oh,
was just
okay,
yeah.
okay.
So I moved out, and I remember my first week, I was like, I'm so excited. But then my first week, I was like, I kind of miss them. Like, I'm a little homesick.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Yeah.
I never called my mom or like my dad when I lived at home. But once I moved out, I was like, I wonder what they're doing. Like,
Yeah. I think now that we kind of got over the teenage years, I think when you get older, it's there's more.
Room for communicating.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like you
Better
you start
relationship.
humanizing your parents more
no,
too.
yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
It's like teachers when you're like younger. You think of everyone as a robot, and it's the same thing for parents.
I think for me, it was like when I had like my first year of like financial freedom, just like they'll be like, oh, like this is cute, and I'm like, I guess I'll get you it if you want, But like I would never be like, oh, you want this, but in the back of my mind, like I want to buy them, everything. Yeah, but I'm just like, yeah, I guess I'll get it to you. Just pay me back.
One thing I do wish is I feel like for a lot of first generation parents, they have a hard time showing emotions.
No, 100%.
So when you give them gifts, you're just like, do they even like it? What the fuck?
I mean, my mom showed a lot of appreciation, but
that's good.
So my dad's like a huge golfer, right? I give him, he doesn't really know how to react to like gifts and stuff like that, so he jokes, right? So I'll be like getting him like golf clubs and saying, he goes, that's it?
Yeah, do they be saying that?
Yeah, and I'm like, are you fucking kidding me right now?
It's because we don't get it.
Huh?
It's because we don't get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
Joke? Oh.
Well, I always tell this to people. I think this generation of the kids who immigrated here or like were born here, first generations, I think they are the perfect like business owners because we think money like Asian people, but we grew up here, so we have the ethical points of American people.
We know English.
Yeah, so we're S tier.
Dude, knowing English is huge though.
And most of us are like bilingual.
Yeah,
Shout out to
bilingual.
Duolingo.
Holy crap.
Bilingual.
Have you ever had a language barrier with your parents?
No, actually, I asked my parents this, like, what my first language was, and obviously it was Korean because they only spoke Korean. But once I got into elementary school, I only started speaking English. So up until like middle school, I only spoke Konglish, Korean
Shout
and
out
English.
to ESOL.
Yeah, Korean. I was never in ESOL. You were in ESOL?
Shout out to ESOL.
You guys were in ESOL?
Dude, I was in ESOL for so long.
I was in ESOL until like 3rd grade.
7th grade.
Yeah, I was never in ESOL.
Bro, I couldn't speak English. I couldn't speak Korean. They were like, this kid's so fucking idiot. I was like, God, that white laughing. I'm just kidding.
Oh, but moving to Georgia was the hardest.
Movie Georgia?
Because when I'm from New York, right? So when I went to school in New York, it was all Chinese Koreans. Like I lived in Queens, like Flushing. So it was all Chinese Koreans. And I come up here, I'm like, holy fuck, like, you guys have lake houses? Like, what the fuck?
It is nice.
And then up until high school, just wearing vineyard vines and shit. And then I found myself again last year.
I heard you talk about earlier, it was like, it's hard to communicate. Was language one of them that you couldn't really speak?
I mean, yeah, I don't know Tagalog. I really wish I learned. I wish my parents taught me. The only thing is that my dad, so he speaks like 3 or 4 languages, and then my mom speaks like 2.
So they were hogging all the languages to themselves.
Oh, my grandmother speaks 9 languages fluently. She's learning
What?
Mandarin right now, yeah.
So she stole it.
Wait, why does she need 9 languages?
She travels a lot.
She just pulls it out of her bag. Hey, what are you? Ni hao.
Essentially. But anyways, so my mom's first language obviously was Tagalog. My dad's was a dialect called Ilonggo. And so it's a dialect found in the Philippines, and so he didn't actually speak Tagalog until later on. So his Tagalog is not even that great. So my mom speaking to my dad, my mom can understand him now, but if he speaks to a native Tagalog speaker in Tagalog, they can tell something's off.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't say there was necessarily a language barrier, other than the fact that like I just grew up with my parents like not having the best grammar in the world, but.
So they were confused. So it made you confused. Like what? If you don't get it, how am I supposed to get it?
Like speaking of like languages with the parents and stuff, I feel like everyone's been through this too. Like, have you guys ever been embarrassed by your parents?
Yeah,
right?
honestly, okay, that's
because my dad couldn't speak English, and he still can't right now.
Yeah,
and if I want him to like show up to my school events, my like teacher parent conferences and stuff like that, I'm like, just don't come.
Yeah, because you don't want to get like roasted by like, oh, this kid can't speak English and his family can't speak English. And you're just like, damn, like I think it comes from an insecurity, but also like I don't want anyone to talk about my parents like that. So it's like 2 reasons for that. Honestly, my family's loophole was okay, send his brothers.
Oh yeah.
But I don't know. Like, what about you?
I didn't want my dad to show up because he was too good at English. Out here talking to the teacher and shit. Fucking trying to get me in trouble. And, you know, what the fuck?
Can your dad speak English? So what the fuck Phil do now?
Yeah, pulling up and shit like that. And he's like real confident.
Fuck you, bitch.
Yeah, understanding everything. How could he? No, but my dad went to college over here, so.
For real?
Yeah.
Oh, his dad's hella smart.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
No, but
Hella
he's a high school. He went from a high school dropout. To
Wait, yeah. I mean, with your dad's line of work, I feel like he speaks a lot. Yeah.
What does your dad do?
He's a superhero.
Yeah. No, we do contract work for the military.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's job security.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Tony Stark worked with the U.S. Army.
Yes.
Same, but different.
Yeah.
Same.
But
Pretty
still
much.
same.
Basically.
Same.
Yeah.
But going back to the topic, I feel like, have you ever had those moments where you're like, no one come, I don't need you guys, and you just went by yourself, or like?
Okay, I think middle school I was like that, but I played football and baseball through high school, right? And through the years of middle school, I tell my parents, "Yo, stay home, like don't even try," right? They just kind of got used to that, and they never showed up to my games for any of them. They never they never showed up to my games. So I was like, fuck, like I was fine with it, but one game that really hit me hard was senior night, right? Senior night for football, you walk the field with both your parents on each side. And since I've told my parents no so many times, they get used to that no. And when I finally asked them my dad didn't even show up to my high school graduation.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so before senior night, I quit the team.
Really?
Yeah, because I didn't want to be embarrassed. The coaches were like, "Hey, we'll walk with you," but I'm like, I have parents; they're just not showing up, right? And I don't want to do this, so I quit football before senior night, which was our last season game.
Sounds like you regret even kind of making your parents avoid it.
Yeah, I want to like flex my parents. My parents are cool,
Yeah.
you know, right? But back then, I was just being like a narcissistic dick back then.
I mean, it happens. Like when you open your lunchbox and there's kimchi, you're like, oh fuck.
Luckily for me, I never had like
that was
that
a good
kind
day
of
for me.
Dude, I opened it once. Luckily, the friend that I was with is one of my good friends. He was like, dude, that's dangerous. I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, just close it. Just trust me and close it. It's because kimchi smells so strong.
Yeah, I mean, like I've had times where I bring friends over and they open their fridge and just like.
Yeah. And then everyone's like, oh, what the fuck is that?
Wow, it's tenjang. It's fermented soybean.
Yeah. I mean, now it's cool, but like, you kind of.
Yeah, now everyone thinks the Asian food is cool.
I was
Right?
like, what the fuck? What was
Even with
back then?
anime, like what's up with that?
Like you go down like Studio City in like LA, is like you've tried kimchi.
Yeah, get the fuck out of
Yeah,
here.
get the fuck out of my
Back
face.
then, we opened it up and everyone was like, yo, what the fuck is that smell? We were like, oh, okay. Like, oh, mom, like,
Yeah.
never make that food
Yeah,
for
now
me.
they're like, oh, I just did yoga and I did kimchi fried rice. Like what the fuck?
Yeah, where was that when I was younger? Yeah,
Why couldn't you get here earlier? You know, like Emory, they did a study like Korean food is the most healthiest food that like someone can eat because of all the fermentation and stuff
It
like that.
helps your immunity and stuff like that.
They
Yeah,
changed
yeah.
a lot of the cafeteria to Korean food.
What?
Like they have banchan and shit.
What?
Yeah, like side dishes, Korean side dishes and shit.
It's because we became cool.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
fucking thanks BTS, Blackpink, but like, why didn't you guys blow? Wait, Big Bang was big back then. Not big
They weren't
enough, I
as
guess.
big as right now. It's because social
No.
media is very predominant right now as well. Yeah.
But we taking over.
Yeah, dude.
I was also thinking the same thing with anime. Like in middle school, everyone's closeted, and then
She's
in
right.
high school, everyone's like, "Yo, you don't watch
Yeah,
this?"
it's like when you watch anime, you're like the low key
The
people.
closet.
You're like, all right, we're the. This is not mainstream.
Yeah, now everyone's fucking running like this in the
Yeah, dude.
hallway. It's like they're fucking Naruto running and
Dude.
shit.
Honestly, though, I know you've had those moments. You're like a secret anime watcher.
Yeah.
And then when you find
No.
that.
I was very open about my weakness.
My bad.
Yeah. I was like, fuck y'all. These stories are better. I don't know what the fuck y'all reading. Like, shit.
I don't know about you, but for me, I was like, oh, you watch anime too? Like,
What do you watch?
what are you watching?
No, but I find that weird because you grew up in like a more Asian-centric area too.
but you get judged a lot growing up.
No, but it's crazy.
Even then, you get judged a lot. So you're just like, okay, I don't want to be that Asian kid that's like super. Yeah, he watches anime and that's all he does, and then everyone bullies him.
Oh.
Yeah.
You know that happens.
No, because I grew up with like a lot of
That's what the same reason why we don't bring the kimchi. You know.
Oh,
Yeah.
Like all the black kids that I grew up around, they were hella into anime too, so it was a cool thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because we used to run around like I used to be like fucking.
I thought you used to throw dirt at them because you hated them.
No, I got into a lot of fights, but that was
Oh, okay,
different.
okay.
Yeah.
And then you build a friendship.
When you were Gara
Yeah,
and did
yeah.
the sand move and shit.
Yeah.
okay,
I
okay.
would pretend to be Goku and shit like that, and
Yeah.
just screaming in the class and shit like that.
Oh, he's actually cool.
Phil
Yeah,
literally
yeah.
pops in class like this.
Yeah.
Or just random. Ah!
And then they would fuse back with me, so I was like,
Oh,
okay, like they met me halfway.
Yeah, over 3,000 times. Over 9,000 times.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I get that.
I mean, for me, like, same with Phil, but, like, that was only when I was in New York. And then when I moved to Georgia, my high school was pretty big, right? But we had 4 Korean kids in our whole high school.
Wow.
Yeah,
4.
4.
Yeah.
4.
No, so it was a little hard. So I went from asking my parents for, from manga books to all the way to buying me Yetis.
That's quite the transition.
Yeah.
That is quite
Transformers,
the
man.
transition.
Well, I mean, yeah, like, as I'm getting older, I'm just like, fuck them. I'm coming back to my roots.
It sounded like you're a secret anime watcher. How's that?
Well, I watched Sailor Moon when I was like first, second grade. I started very early. Got into like Mermaid Melody when it was really cool in 3rd grade. Anyways, and then obviously I got into more mature stuff, or in High School Host Club, etc. And I was all through middle school, and I would see some girls just walking around with manga books of it, and I was like, oh my gosh.
I want
Should
to
I
be
say
friends with
something?
them.
Do you still watch anime?
I do, yeah.
Hell yeah.
What's the
And
anime
it's
you're watching
cool.
right now?
What am I watching right now?
No.
I don't have a lot of time to watch, but my junk kind of like not thinking animes, Buddy Daddies.
Buddy Daddies. I don't watch anime. Huh?
Anyways, what's your top 3?
Ooh,
Top 3 all times.
I really can't answer
I do
that.
want to. I might judge you, so just.
no, I really can't answer that.
Actually.
I can't answer that.
Okay, there we.
How
She
crazy could
answered
it be?
50 questions tonight, but she can't answer.
I'm shocked right now.
That's the question.
She was.
Is it controversial?
No, it's just because some of them just they helped me through hard times. So it's not necessarily like a great anime, but it was just something that I really.
Isn't that more of a reason why it would be kind of like interesting?
Or in High School Host Club was like the first anime that I watched over and over and over again.
Which one?
Or in High School Host Club.
I've never heard of it.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, mine was. Do you guys know an anime called D Gray Man?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know that one.
That shit was fire.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm like Naruto, One Piece.
I
Hella
watched
shonen, you know.
part of that
Okay,
too.
but it's about to hit an hour mark, hour and a half. Logan, it was so great talking to you. Thank you for coming on.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And you guys have anything else to say while we wrap up?
No.
Anime is mainstream. I'm a cool kid now.
Be who you are.
Yeah.
Don't let anyone tell you you're not who you are.
Yeah, don't let your dreams be dreams.
Yeah.
You can fly.
Literally, kids, you could fly.
Believe it.
You can jump onto your roof and fly into the night sky.
Not that, but just don't forget who you are. All right, this is Levity. We're out. Thanks. Bye.
Appreciate it, y'all.
Thanks.